Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast presented by RainbowOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, January 8th, and I've got like this little blurry little action going. I don't know if you see it in my lights, Max. It's like a little like the little jellyfish from SpongeBob already. So thanks everyone for bearing with us. I'm not like in an aquarium or like under a waterbed or something, but if you see anything weird behind me, which I see, great. If not, I might just be going crazy. And it's been 2 weeks, and that's probably why I'm going crazy, Max. But it's been a minute. Good to see you always, dude. It's just the two brothers today, and we have a lot to catch up on, dude. So happy belated Merry Christmas, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, happy New Year, happy Bears getting a nice win against the Packers, happy Irish getting to the semifinals against Penn
Oh
State.
yeah.
And Max, just happy 225, dude. How are we doing?
Yeah. Happy New Year to everyone. And yeah, it's been a pretty good New Year so far, I will say. But yeah, like you said, we got to see a great Notre Dame win. Um, I got to see the Bears get that dub in Lambeau. Probably first time back in Lambeau since that Thanksgiving game that they
Yeah.
won. First game in 11 games that they beat Green Bay in general. So yeah, feels great. We're here. Interesting to see what happens come off season for us as our season is over, unlike yours. But happy to be here. It has been a while. It feels weird, but and now we're just gonna get right back into it and talk shop as always.
Yes. And Max, is the wish list what everyone thinks and knows what it should be based on, I will say, Bears fans, and as someone who has watched enough of the divisional games, I mean, get the man some protection, right? Like, is that a no-brainer
Yeah,
or anything else you're
it's it's Will Campbell and us sitting at 10 is a little scary. I think me and you talked about that.
Yep.
Maybe I forgot. I fucking even forgot when that was. But we talked about it. And so that is a little tough. There are some guys that also need linemen. Um, but maybe we can make a little move. Ryan Poles is a good GM. I know there's people calling for his head. He will come draft day, he's good. He can make some moves, made some good trades, made a couple bad trades. But all in all, I think he does good and he does what he does his best to fucking help the team, and hasn't panned out twice out of six, eight, seven times. Like he's done more good than bad. So I think if he hears something, he will climb up to get Will Campbell because that is all I want right now. Um, and yeah, we'll see.
I'll be honest. I think like polls aside from I think personnel, like player personnel related, polls has been pretty solid. In terms of
Yeah.
like the coaching personnel, maybe not as much, but
Right.
I feel like the player personnel, he's been really solid on the draft. And like the fact that y'all got the number one pick, traded it back with the Panthers, got their number one pick, which then turned into the number one pick, and then I think you still got what, two probably picks from that trade that are going to be this
And we
year.
got like a third and maybe a second or
Yep.
third and
Yeah.
a
Or
fourth.
like a fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say like a third and like a fourth or fifth. I can't remember. But yeah. So I mean, I think y'all will be fine. Get the man some offensive help. And by that I just mean the line. I'm tired of watching. I'm not gonna lie to you, maybe like a late second, early third, maybe a running back. And it's weird because y'all have been drafting running backs, but like I don't know what's going on with this Swift Roshan, and we don't have to like get into it too
That's what
much.
happens every time. We have like, oh, this is our guy, and then we have the second guy that comes up is like, oh, this guy is pretty fucking nice. Why would we pay this guy more? And we can just have this guy and then draft another guy. And they are good at drafted running backs. I mean, I,
Well,
yeah, like I don't,
Well, the
but
problem is too is like I feel like they like let them go too early. Like it's like a serial relationship person who's like, oh, like I have something really good going, but like, oh, this girl now likes me, and it's like, dude, like you're good, you're good. And then like as you slowly lose attention to that one, This one comes in, gives you the attention. You lose sight of that guy. This person comes
Yep.
in. All of a sudden, you don't get either of them because now
Yeah.
you're an asshole, and because you're being a dumbass, and you can't just embrace what you have is already good. Or sit them down and be like, hey, both of you, maybe we can make this work. I don't know. Maybe we can have all three of us together. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah,
And like Montgomery was hurt a lot for us, so that's makes sense somewhat. And then Herbert was good, but then he got hurt, so Roshan stepped up a little more. And we're like, all right, well, Roshan is one of the best pass blocking running backs I like in the league. Like I don't see anyone else doing what he's doing. He's sitting down, rushing, blitzing linebackers. He's doing all he can. So I love that. But we haven't had a 10-year running back since fucking Forte. So
yeah, which is quite a throwback. But yeah, that would. I mean, I, yeah, I think like get the offensive line, and then hopefully we'll see whether Smith is actually legit or maybe he's just behind a bad line. I don't know. He did solid in Philly with his touches behind a good O line. Like the Lions offensive line when he was there for the 2 years or whatever. Like
he kind of got fucked over too with
yeah, I was gonna say they were pretty banged up. Like they were hurt, and then they didn't have like this was before this offensive line. Like
yeah.
this was a couple of years before that. But yeah, no, overall, I mean, I don't hate it. I think y'all have some work to do, but to be honest with you, like defense overall has looked solid. The pass rush, like, I mean, I don't know who's at that like 9-10. That would be a good like wouldn't be a reach of us of a pass rusher, but I don't know. Maybe if you like some, you know what? This could be a year where you guys have been sitting back. I know you've been trading back, but maybe this is a year you use those extra couple picks and jump up. I don't know. But I think with you have to be aggressive in the NFC North,
I
man.
want Will Campbell. That's
No,
what
no, no. I agree. I'll be honest. I don't know if he's going to be there at 10. But the other thing is like
why. I know. That's what I'm saying.
it's also like an extra like added pressure. Like if you're talking about teams who are at the bottom of the divisions, right? Like you're talking about the Browns, or you're talking about the Titans, stuff like that. They need everything. Bears are at the bottom of their division, and they are like a few. I would argue a few pieces away, and not like anything crazy. But I think like the obvious is the head coach and the OC getting that sorted out, and then like just having some of that like kind of defensive offensive line. Like it's like the interior and then some coaching, but like
Yeah.
and
Just he's
also
fucking nice.
yeah, I did want to confirm that you were right on the Thanksgiving game was the last game that they did win at Lambeau. In 2018, y'all won at home, but the Packers won 24-23 in the 28. That was dude, that was the Rodgers like painkiller game. The 2018 one at
Yeah.
Lambeau. That was like
Oh
the
yeah, when he came, he was hurt. We were
yeah.
rolling, and he came back at half and shat on us.
Yeah, we came back from a 23 deficit in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so other than that, yeah, you guys and then before that 2013 and that was the Shea McClellan game where he knocked out Rodgers um
Hmm.
for this season.
That
That was
Kyle.
2013 Bears would have been yeah, probably. And shit, yeah, probably. It says
Might have still been Jay because I think we might have traded in like 10 with Orton and Jay.
yeah, that might have been that might be right. Yep, so that's that.
Yeah, enough of that Bears talk. We don't care about them. They're not important until April.
Yep. And I do want to make a couple quick notes on the game, on the Bears game, more so as it goes towards the Packers. We don't need to go into any other recap with the
Yeah.
Packers. But I'll be honest with you, Max. I'm a little concerned. Yes, we probably sat some guys. We didn't sit all our guys. Christian Watson got hurt.
Non-existent all year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's weird because I will argue that when he is in, they do cater to him more on defense than you would think. Someone who is not
He's a
plans.
bigger body. Like, yeah.
Yeah, bigger body, long throws. Like he's good on like dead sprint. Hey, this guy's just gonna try and outrace you, and Love's gonna just throw a bomb and hope it drops under him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, Watson can be that guy, which is just enough to like. I don't know how to explain it, but you could tell the difference in the way we were looking. You didn't see Love looking deep balls. He doesn't look deep unless it's for Watson. Um, and so that's where I'm a little concerned there because I feel like if he's not in there, our deep ball's not as much of a threat. Jaden Reed, great. Dontavian Wicks, great. Dobbs, great. I couldn't tell you the last time either one of them had a 30-yard reception that the ball traveled 30 yards. Like Jaden Reed,
Yeah,
yeah.
reads are little handoffs, and then you'll
Yep.
go
Reads,
50.
yeah. Reads are these little side screens or like little drag routes over the middle, and he takes it
Yeah,
for
we
45 yards. Dontavian Wicks, he's not going to do any more than a 15-yard comeback route. Dobbs, similar route. So like that part scares me, but at the same time, with Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell, and that Eagles defense, I'm not like too concerned about it, but we got to have some deep threat just to space out it because they're going to load the box every time, and Josh Jacobs is going to get the ball 100 times. And like Emmanuel Wilson played well. We talked about it. Y'all's rush defense is like towards the bottom end because of the injuries that you guys have had. Dexter's he's like your run plugger, but he's also like he's gonna take up guys, but I don't know how to explain it. Like he's there and he helps a lot, but there's also times where it seems like he can just get ran through.
He's almost like our Leonard Floyd from 2018 team, but a little
Yeah.
worse. Little worse. And
Well,
not,
and
but
and and I don't think it's worse because of talent or anything. It's probably worse because of the opportunities. Like, you're deep tackle, you're not getting the
yeah,
at least Leonard Floyd's gonna come unmarked one
yeah.
time. Like
They're just like, oh, this man has 3 sacks in one game. Like, how the hell did that happen? And then he'll go sackless for 7 games, and you're like, all
I
right.
was gonna say 7 years, but yeah, exactly. Like they're just like, yeah, like, all right, he's fine. So I mean, I agree, but yeah, like I am a little, I guess, just segueing into Packers Eagles. I am concerned. I think 4.5 is honestly right where it fucking should be, and I hate it. I have bet with my heart too many times, so we're gonna try and just avoid playoff betting. I did win a significant amount of money last year on the Packers beating the Cowboys. That was great. They were more than 4.5 point dogs. I think they were 7.5 or something. But overall, dude, and we'll get into over unders, sides, and stuff. But I think 4.5 is appropriately placed. I think the over under at 45.5 is a little skeptical, but I think it's weather driven. So we'll talk about that in a second. But I don't know, man. No Jair. Jordan Love bangs up his hand. I think he's fine. But you know how it goes when a guy is like, oh, he's fine. And then he takes one hit in the first quarter and he's out for the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know how that shit goes. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Throw in a bam, just hits right there. You're like,
yep.
yep,
He's in.
that fucking really hurt.
Yep. And I don't blame him. Like, they got to pull the ball and zip it. Like, so I don't blame him. But hopes are we run the ball enough. Hopefully, we're able to get some established stuff. I would like to be more confident in this game, but I will say that the Vikings game was a little disappointing in the way they looked, and then also the Bears game. I'm just like, it wasn't. And the thing was, Max, is it wasn't even like a full game. Like we didn't roll out Malik Willis to start like the Chiefs did. Like 38-0 to the Broncos. Okay, that's fine. But you rolled out all your back. Like you didn't hurt anyone important. And now we're sitting here. We lost to the fucking Bears. Jordan Love is hurt, and we don't know what's going on. So, like, I think we kind of fucked ourselves there. Mom was asking whether we should get rid of Matt LaFleur, and I said, "All right, go back to Green Bay and go deal with your people because we got too much Green Bay folk getting in the ears of shit like that. We got to get going." But Matty LaFleur knows what he's doing, man. This Max, Max, Max. This is not even close to the most talented Packers team I've seen. Not even close. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this isn't even close. Like, the Super Bowl team they won, they had Charles Woodson, Tramon Williams, Nick Collins, Clay Matthews, BJ Raji. Like, they had all these guys. Like, yes, this team is good. But, like, aside from Love and Josh Jacobs, aside from me and aside from you, what non-Packers related people are going to remember all these fucking Packers names? Like, people aren't going to remember Christian Watson as much. People aren't going to remember Dobb. Like, these guys, like
I
Jaden.
don't even remembered McKinney.
Yeah. Well, McKinney, sure. McKinney for sure. But like, and like Jair, but
There.
it's like, dude, like this isn't the most talented.
But the thing with those guys, I mean, the guys from that 20, what, 11, 12, whatever, the 11, 12 season, those were vets at the time. Other than Rodgers, but I mean, Rodgers was kind of a vet, but not like, not like he is right now. But like all those guys were fucking vets. Donald Driver was in that shit. Fucking Greg Jennings. Well, Greg Jennings might have been in his prime at that point, but like I don't those were vets that you guys had, especially on defense.
Yeah,
Like
that's also fair.
they were there. Clay Matthews got drafted in like '05. Woodson got drafted in probably '01, like or maybe even '98. I don't even remember. He won it in '97, I think. I don't, but like you did have some vets, so you guys are still young. If you can keep the infrastructure and keep things rolling, which I know is hard for everyone in anything. Like they're just like, hey, I'll give you 10 more mil. All right, see ya. I'm gone. So I know it's hard, but if you guys can keep things together, you still have a very solid team,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
offensive wise, young and fucking good.
Well, and that's
I don't know
my
about
thing.
your line. Maybe
No, I guess that's kind of the point I'm making is like I don't want to say it, so I won't. But this if in terms of teams who need a Super Bowl right now and will be fucked next year, or like, the all-in chips, we're not.
Niners.
So
I know
I
they're
guess,
not even in, but Niners are Shanahan's
yeah, I would even argue like, I'll be honest,
Bills almost.
I'd say maybe the Eagles.
Ravens.
I was gonna say the
Ravens.
Eagles,
Not
Bills.
like I'm not thinking more of like how long it's been or anything. I'm thinking of like how close they've been and then just
The
not it.
Yeah, like the youth on their team. Yeah,
Eagles. Yeah. Eagles, you're right. If they don't get it in the next two, three, they're gonna fall apart again. They
yeah,
back
and
up.
I think the Lions are a couple of, I mean, dude, I'll be honest. When we just did that
Oh,
mental exercise, I realized that everyone, like, AFC is nice as shit right now. Don't get me wrong. However, AFC, I can't even argue. I fucking love the NFL, Max. I can't even be like mad. Like, you got the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals didn't even make the playoffs, and they're fun as shit to watch. You
yeah.
got the Eagles, who are awesome. The Vikings, who are, I hate the Vikings, but any non-biased person would argue that the Vikings are a good team to watch. And
If
the Lions on top of all that.
actually I Vikings totally went over my head. Vikings are in like desperate need. They are like yeah, I don't know. I feel like they like need it soon because if they don't get it, I mean, is McCarthy going to be the one? Or are they going to sign Daniel? Like, they need
Dude,
to do something.
I was just gonna say maybe low key.
Darnold, not Daniel.
No, 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 but they could low key be in both. Like, that's the thing I hate about the Vikings is like they trade McCarthy and all of a sudden they get like a first rounder, like a late first rounder and like a early, like it's just like
He's
God,
getting McCarthy without any footage or anything of first. Because
Raiders.
he was drafted at first doesn't mean he's worth the first.
Yeah, but think about it. Like, this is a year where, like, Shadur's probably going one to Tennessee. I
I
would,
saw Cam Ward in Bleacher Report. Mark.
Yeah. That will be a different podcast that we talk about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got time.
Long story short, I don't think Cam. I
Sorry.
love Cam Ward. No, 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 no,
I
no,
didn't even need to throw that in there. Yeah.
no, no, no. I think it's good exercise because it's like I agree with you. Like Cam Ward is a very good option. For some reason, I think the pro readiness and it's literally just the like Shadur has been in the he's been in the spotlight since the guy was fucking born.
And
And so
his dad slash coach is prime, and he's obviously prepared him for
yeah,
what
that's
he's.
my thing. And I think Shadur, my thing is Cam Ward can be better than Shadur if he lands to the right spot. But if they both landed in Nashville in alternate universes, I feel like Shadur will always 9 times out of 10 will have a better career than Cam Ward at Tennessee. I guess is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, that's fair. Yeah.
But that all being said, we were talking about McCarthy. So like if the Raiders don't have the number one pick, so let's say they don't like Cam Ward and Shadur goes one, maybe the Raiders keep their pick. They trade some other picks, maybe next year's first or something, and like some other shit for JJ McCarthy. Get like a there's a guy I'm thinking about. Travis Hunter. Thank you, Sam. You fucking idiot. And you get like a Travis Hunter out of it. Imagine Travis Hunter on the Vikings because they got I don't know. I don't know.
No. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
don't
we'll
know.
see there. Man, we got into a draft.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just rambled on.
Welcome. If you haven't been on Ramble On, you might as well now. And we've been rambling. All right. So we have gone through the Packers recap. I've already talked about the Packers picks, so we'll get into the other games and picks here. And of course, Max got so excited to be talking Green Bay Packers that I forgot to talk about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, how we were going to lead this podcast. So I've already done my Packers preview, so any picks I have, I'll give later, but we're not going to do the whole song and dance again. Okay. Anyways, Notre Dame, Max, we've watched both of the last two games at your house. I will not be able to go out and stay out till 2:30 p.m. if they beat Penn State again or 2:30 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well have been. I was not a human until 2:30 p.m. the next day.
uh.
Yeah, but we had ourselves a great time. Fuck
Yeah.
Georgia. Max, I think the way we celebrated that game just goes to show the monkey off our back when it comes to Georgia, Clemson, and Alabama. When it comes to, I don't want to just say the SEC, but I want to say the big SEC programs and other Southern schools to include Clemson.
Yeah.
We have not been there and we have not competed. We have gotten fucked it, like just destroyed in these games. And so the fact that we handled the game we did and won by 13, covered special teams, defense looked great. Like it's the most complete Notre Dame game I've seen in my lifetime.
Dude, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
just so amazing. And everyone who follows us on our normal medias saw clearly how happy we are and what it means to us, honestly. Just sure, we didn't fucking go there, but we grew up loving
Not many
these.
people did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And it's always that stereo, just like, oh, my uncle's cousin's son's grandpa or whatever, just like granddaughter went there. Like, yeah, so I'm a Notre Dame fan. Like we got
Yeah.
blood. We got blood in there. We're right there with it. We grew up loving it. So any hate, fuck you. And
Yeah. I mean, dude,
it
you got
means
to get a fucking 1500 and I'm older than you, but 1500 would have been like close to get into Notre Dame when I was applying in 2011 or 2000. Yeah, 2011.
yeah.
And when you were applying, I imagine it was like a fucking 1600. It's like, dude, like,
No, it was, yeah. So we grew up loving this team, and it is awesome. We finally see some great wins, and just so happy. So happy we get to see Penn State too. I mean, we talked about it in the lobby. I mean, if we just want to jump right into it, unless you
Sure.
want any more recap, how great our defense looked. I will say hats off to our defense, and hats off to Marcus Freeman, dude. We love you. We love you so much.
Dude, the fucking man.
Truly.
Max, I didn't know. So I knew that when remember that video they've showed it a billion times this week. But remember that video that they showed when they announced at Notre Dame, like in the locker room, that Marcus Freeman was your new head coach, and the whole place went fucking nuts. I
Yeah.
remember that day so vividly watching that video, being like, holy, and I got chills down my neck.
Yep.
I got goosebumps
Getting them right
on my
now. I'm getting
arms
them
right now. Look at the hair. You can see the hair. You can see the hair sticking up. Thinking about when he was there and was like, oh my God, this is the guy that's going to change Notre Dame football.
Yeah.
Finally. Like he brought the toughness, he brought that fuck you. I know we're Notre
Fuck you.
Dame, but
Yeah.
we're not pretty boys. We're gonna make these football games ugly. We're not the cute quarterbacks with the flip-floppy hair. We're
Yeah.
the fucking run it down your throat. You won't get a goddamn yard on us on a 4th and 1, let alone anything else. Not only is that going to happen next, we're going to outsmart you. We're going to outsmart you. And that's what he did, Marcus Freeman, over Kirby Smart that game. And I was so impressed. Did not expect, I mean, I had Notre Dame, whatever the spread was. I didn't money line, whatever. But like, I think I had -2.5 as well. But like, Jesus Christ, 13. There was a little bit where it was scary there, but between the 98-yard kick return to start the half, the defense looking the way it was, those couple Riley Leonard runs where you're just like, dude, what is he doing? Oh my God. It's like, no, 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 no. Yeah,
Get the
yeah,
first, get the
yeah,
first.
yeah, exactly. You're like, flip. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Yeah.
I have not been that excited to watch a Notre Dame game in a long time. And I thank
Seriously.
Marcus Freeman for that, because that truly was like that was more that like, I don't want to say like if nothing else happens the rest of the year, we're good, but like that was such a big hurdle to jump, and to do that again at like playing Penn State in Miami. And to be fair with you, Miami is not a place that Notre Dame has played well. I'm pretty sure they lost to Bama 42-14 in the national championship there. I would not be surprised if they lost to Clemson 30-3 in the playoff game when they did. I think that might have been an Orange Bowl game too, if I'll be completely honest with you. I'll pull it
Okay.
up. And then on top of this, it is nothing better. We live in Virginia Tech and UVA and Commanders and DMV land, but you know, it's one of those like, dude, we did it. And you and me talked about it. We literally went out to the bars. We came back home. We watched like 2005 Notre Dame clips. Like it was like a very nostalgic night for us when it came to all that. And so it's one of those things where it just, I, if you know us, you know exactly what it means to us. And I'll be honest, those little the story you posted and tagged me in, and I reposted and whatever. I got more love on that than most of our ramble on sports, because I feel like people know how hard we ride Notre. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like,
Right.
it's like, oh shit, yeah, Sam totally would like, yeah, of course, like he, is going crazy for this game. It's like, oh yeah, and like the Carlins, it's like yeah, no shit.
Cotton Bowl.
Cotton
Cotton
Bowl.
Bowl, Clemson, Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Yep. And then we lost to Bama in the CFP semifinals.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. No, I didn't mean that.
No, you're good. I'm looking. Oh no. So it doesn't say what the BCS national championship was for that Bama 42-14. But yeah, I was hoping it would. But it says Rose Bowls. Yeah, okay. All right, whatever. So okay, it's not just, it's not an Orange Bowl thing, I guess. And so with that, Max, let's just get into these odds for Notre Dame real quick, and then we'll go through the other ones. Notre
Let's
Dame
do
minus 1.5, minus 118 money line, over under 44 and a half. Where I mean, I think the obvious is the money line, and I don't know why. Like I'm gonna minus 118. I'll fucking hammer that till the cows come home.
it.
But
Yeah.
anything, I mean, I think that's the obvious answer, right? Are you touching the over under at all, or any other props?
I don't know, dude. Because yeah. So the thing I'm thinking, two great defenses, two really fucking weird, really ugly, really,
Inconsistent.
yeah, really inconsistent running back oriented offenses. But we've seen both Notre Dame and Penn State put up like over 50 points this year. And
Yep.
it's so weird. I think if I had to choose over under, I think I'm gonna go under. I think it'd be more of like like the Georgia Notre Dame game. I think it'd be more of just kind of
Yep.
ugly little. Yeah, I think we shit on Drew Aller. I fuck Drew Aller. I've hated him since
Um,
before he beat W. Before he beat W. I almost said Notre Dame. He's not going to be Notre Dame because he's a little piece of shit. But I think, yeah, obviously I'm going to go money line just for any weird 2 point conversion OT type weird shit. I don't know. Minus 118 over that 1.5 for sure. Um, if I had to, I would go under 44. Maybe I'll end up parlaying or doing the same game money line under like 50 and a half, just to
I got one.
make it
I
feel
got one for you, Max. I got one for you. How about Penn State team total under 23 and a half?
okay.
Actually, I'll do 24 and a half. It's a little juicier, but I'm going to parlay that just for fun on Notre Dame money line. Oh, don't add Herbert. Oh, okay. They're saying that's not possible. I, dude, I've noticed on the computer when you when you try and do a parlay, you have to like actually click into the same game parlay, whereas like the phone will be like, oh yeah, that's what you meant to do, and just correct it right away. But if
Money
you
line with 23 and a half plus 118.
yeah, and then under 20 and 24 is a special number. 24 and a half would be plus 108. So I like that. Um
Wait, how is that more?
no, it's less, plus
Oh,
108.
wait, I'm stupid. I thought I said minus 118.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the money line to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Call that a day. So yeah, so that I think that's about enough. I think we're gonna swarm Drew Aller to your point, Max. We've been fading Penn State all year. Now is not the fucking time to back Penn State. So
Oh,
that's
okay. I was like, what were you about to say?
no, I've been fading
Now
Penn
is not
State
the time.
for
We
so
said
long.
now's not. You said we've been fading them all year. Now is not the time. I'm like, what do you mean? Now's not the time to fade.
Oh, now's not the time to back them. No. We're not. We're done with Penn State. So yeah, I think we're gonna roll. It's gonna be closer than we think, but dude,
Xavier Watts, baby, just
bro,
game.
there's I I think if Georgia and Penn State played today, I think Georgia would beat them by a touchdown
I
without Carson
by
Beck.
two.
Without Carson
I
Beck,
think they beat him by two.
dude, they almost beat fucking Texas with a backup.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well, for the last half, but yeah.
yeah, well, Carson Beck had like 7 points for Georgia before that, so it wasn't like he was playing well. So I digress. I digress. Doesn't matter. Fuck Penn State. We're gonna beat them. And you know what? Your boy lived in State College for a year, and it kept me up at night. The stadium was so loud that as a baby I couldn't sleep. So
Swear to fuck. I was last comment before. I swear to fuck if we lose to James Franklin, I'm gonna rip just everything.
It's not gonna be good. It's
Everything's
not.
gonna just get ripped. And I don't, what do you mean like everything? I'm like, everything's gonna get ripped. So just everything.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want that. Fuck you, big game James. We
Yeah.
can't get to Miami quick enough, so we'll see.
His little ass games, SMU, Boise. Oh, the
Yeah, bro,
little
dude.
Mickey Mouse, little fucking cupcake bullshit. Get
Yeah,
out of here. You
yep.
get some real dogs. I wish we were playing it. Well, I guess it wouldn't be South Bend. I don't wish it was home game. Never mind. Because I don't want to play at College Station. Or
Yeah.
not College Station, State College. Jesus.
Oh yeah, no, we would be. Yeah, we technically would be playing there. That would suck. Well, we
Yeah.
maybe go.
Never mind. I digress. Fuck you, James.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone. Fuck Penn
I,
State.
I don't know, man. Something about Marcus Freeman getting these boys ready has something different, dude. BK, you remember BK, Max? BK, I bet against Brian Kelly since he's been at LSU in big games, and most of the time he's proved me right.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus Freeman loves big games. We play well in big games, and we will continue to do so and beat Penn State. Now, on to the next wing of this playoff. Got Ohio State looking better than anyone in the country after we just dick road Notre Dame for the last 20 minutes. Nobody has looked better than Ohio State right now. Nobody thinks anyone's better than Ohio State right now. And Texas might have something to say, but they squeaked by against Arizona State. And I'll be honest, Max, since that, I mean, because you were watching that Georgia Texas game with me,
Yeah.
how pissed off I was at Texas. So I'm done with Texas. But I would also hate to be the
Anything?
who bets two favorites on semifinal playoff day. However, I don't give a shit. Give me 5.5. I don't know, man. I don't even think. My thing is, I don't think so you look at the top four defenses in the college football play or in all of college football, and
Us. It's all
it's
four, isn't it?
I was gonna say it's Notre Dame. It's I think number one is Ohio State. Number two is us. Three is Texas, and I'm pretty sure Penn State's in the top 10. I don't think they're four, but I think they're in the top 10. Um, I'm gonna try.
I think they're top five.
Okay, so maybe they are top 10. Maybe they are. Either way,
Maybe it might be five, but I don't know who would be.
all four teams either way are in the top 10, if not top five on
Yeah.
defense. So you would expect the games to slow down, but Ohio State, dude, they put up 41 on anyone that they
It
feel
tore up Oregon. Jesus Christ.
doesn't even matter. Like you look at their defense. Yeah. Okay, so all right. So it's Ohio State won defensive points per game, 10.9 points per game. And this doesn't include playoff, I don't think.
Mhm.
So maybe a little higher, but still 10.9 points per game, Ohio State. Number two, Texas, 12.5. Notre Dame, 13.5 at number three, and Penn State at 8 at 16.4.
Yeah,
So crazy.
it
So
is.
I guess defense does win championships. Last thing I'll say on Notre Dame, real quick. Jeremiah Love should play. Huge. We didn't have Jeremiah Love against Georgia.
Yeah, 6 rushes. That's all.
So back to Ohio State, Texas. Are you playing anything on the lines? I already said my piece. Anything you like on the over under?
I kind of like the over. I know it's 53 and a half, but I mean, I think dude, we saw, sure, quick recap of what happened last week against Arizona State. Yeah, we saw that they've got into shit but they can still put up some points. And that fourth and 13 or whatever it was to score that tutty, like they could run that against anyone. I don't care if it's Ohio State with the best defense. If they Steve Sarkisian knows what he's doing, he's got a good offensive mind. I think they can put up points against this defense, and they have great offensive weapons. Um, I think this is going to be a low key shootout. Not like crazy, crazy, but I mean, if I see a 28-35, I wouldn't be surprised.
I could see it being like 13-7 Ohio State at halftime and then being like 31 to like 27.
Which is what happened to me. Dude, I had the under for it was A&M LSU, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
had
know.
the under. It was like 55 and a half or maybe 53 in that range. And 7-7 at halftime. I was like, I'm fucking locked in. Next thing I know, it ends like 38-35. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds great. But yes, no, I think even with the good defense, as we just talked about for Ohio State, I think Texas can put up points. If Ohio State's going to put up them points, and I mean Texas has good defense too. I don't know. I just feel like this is just going to be a shootout. That's all I'll say. That I don't really have a good reason. I was trying to tell you a good reason, but these are great offenses. They're great defenses, but these are great offenses too.
Yeah. No, I don't hate that because I could totally I honestly I might stay away from both over unders and just play the sides on this one. But I do agree if one is more likely to go over than the other, I agree with the Ohio State Penn State
Yeah,
or State
they're
over.
both not going to go under.
No, and even dude, even I could see like Ohio State putting up like 38 and then all you need is what 14? Was it 51, 52, 53?
53 and a half.
38-17.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, even if Ohio State ends up blowing them out,
Texas will still
Texas
get
can
points
do
back.
something. Yeah. Which we saw. Texas got blown out in the second half, well, third quarter, and then all of a sudden put up like 17 in the fourth. Like,
Yeah. No, exact dude, legit. That's I mean, backdoor covers. That's why we love overs.
yep.
Okay. All right. So are we in agreement? Notre Dame, Ohio State?
Yes. We're just gonna do money line. I mean,
Yeah.
it's in
Yeah.
our threshold, but I'll just tell everyone money line at minus 118 instead of the minus one and a half.
Yep. And I'm gonna honestly for my other pick for college football, I'm not gonna do any spreads or any or sides, but I'm gonna do Ohio State minus 5.5 because
Okay. I'll do the over. I just did a whole skit on it, so I'll do
yep.
53 and a half over.
I'm trying to see what 5.5 is minus 122. So yeah, I'll give me
Perfect.
Ohio State 5.5 and then Notre Dame. We have the final. We have Marcus Freeman coaching against his alum, Ohio State, coaching against guys he knows, Ryan Day. From a personal standpoint, this is Sam, Max, Mark Carlin versus Grandpa Ladro, rest in peace, and Uncle Jeff, who are Ohio State fans. This could not be more of a Carlin Ladro family affair if you could pick it, unless somehow the Bears or the Packers went to the AFC and then went to the Super Bowl to play the other team.
Oh
There,
yeah.
there is no way that this can be more Carlin Landro perspective with Notre Dame, Ohio State in the national championship,
Yeah.
unless you had a Packers Bears. There is literally no other physical way. So this is how it's got to be. I know Gramps would be calling us right now saying, Marcus Freeman, he was a good linebacker for us, but he doesn't look like
He's a
he's a
traitor. He's a
yeah.
traitor.
You know, and of course, Grandpa would be the only one on Ryan Day's side after everyone is against him. So
Yeah.
uh,
Or maybe not. I don't know.
that Jeremiah Smith kid, he's real good. He's a real good ball player. Yeah, no shit, Grandpa. He's gonna be the number one pick in 2 years. All right. But yeah, no, we know he's looking down on us. Hopefully that is the game. However, hypothetical lines are available, Max. So I just want to get your thoughts on this. Notre Dame is the underdog here, plus 8.5 to Ohio State. Thoughts on that?
Ugh. It's so tough because I want to say that that's high, and we look like a much better team than 8.5. And Ohio State, sure, looked great against Oregon and beat up Clemson, but like it feels high, and I just want to I want to know how we look against Penn State to determine the lines, but still, bias included. That's low or that's high. That's high. Bias included, but I think we've shown against a Georgia team, we stopped the Georgia offense, who's very good, has a lot of very good players. Even Stockton, like he actually had a very good game. Nothing taken away from him or anything. Like Carson Beck, sure, might have had a little better, but we've seen how that fucking ugly bitch has played.
Yep.
Um, we played very well against Georgia. Just recency and all this shit coming in. I would say 6.5 Ohio State if I was Vegas, but clearly I'm not Vegas and clearly I don't know shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That
just
honestly, that was gonna be my thing. I was gonna say if you are very strong on Notre Dame now, then you should probably take it because if they look as good as you might think they will look against Penn State and they roll them, this will be 6.5, no problem. And if Ohio
right.
State has any sort of struggle with Texas, which to be honest, part of me does think it could be a closer game because I feel like people on Texas, I don't know.
I
I
don't
just
think it's gonna be crazy, but I think it's gonna be maybe 10 points.
I think they'll consistently be 7 points ahead of them, like for the whole game.
Right. And
Uh,
then they'll get that last field goal, and then they can't get the last
yeah,
3 minute, 4 minute drive, and then they're up by 10. They win by 10. So yeah.
yep, that's exactly how I would picture that game. Um,
Yeah, I might do it right now.
I don't hate it. I
I
mean,
did it. Did I tell you that I did? Oh yeah, you were with me. I did Notre Dame to win the national championship after we beat Georgia.
oh shit, no, nice.
I did that at like
I have.
1:30.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that we were together.
Yeah.
I have a Notre Dame to make the championship game, Packers Super Bowl, and Dayton Flyers A10 champions. It's like five to win, like I think it's like five to win like a grand or something. Um, so we'll see how that goes. But
I just did it. I put some on there.
nice. Now I won my big fantasy league, so I just got the payment in this morning, and
You
so
won hand apart?
yeah, no, I came in second again,
Yeah.
but I got a lot. I got enough money. Made back some monies, but yeah. So, all right. So that's college football. Let's go to NFL. Yeah, because that's a lot. But to be fair, we're not going to be podcasting before the championship, so we need to get that out of the way.
Right.
Anyways, NFL. We've already talked Packers, so I don't need to do that. You want to just go game by game, or do you want to do the favorite dog picks? I guess we'll just do game by game, and then we'll probably cover them all, right?
Um, yeah, that works. Yeah. Because we've already talked about, yeah. So let's
Yeah.
just game by game and
All right.
then say if you have one of the main picks versus just like a pick you like, maybe, you know.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll do the same thing for everyone listening. Favorite dog, over under, and then instead of touchdown and prop, we're going to do a prop for each or each conference and a touchdown for each conference. As you can see, it's just the two of us today, so we're going to try and give you guys a couple more picks because every other week following we'll have a lot less. So try to give you some value while we still can. And let's start with number one, Max. Saturday, CBS Paramount Plus. Texans at Chargers. Anyone who saw the schedule knew this wasn't going to be a surprise, that this was going to be the fucking Saturday 4:30 game. And I feel like
Yeah.
I've listened to enough stuff on TV and that I don't need to like reiterate how shitty this game might end up being and why it's so good for the 4:30 Saturday slot. However, it's there. Chargers, Texans, anything you like there. And what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Um, dude, I don't know. This game is a little scary just because Chargers haven't looked fantastic, but the Texans have looked even worse. And this would be like a game where like, oh yeah, like CJ Stroud's just like, all right, it's playoffs. Let me fucking lock in. Let me put on my or my Drew Lock fucking jacket. Let's just get going. Um, but I think Chargers can kind of come out. Um, I don't have that as one of my picks. I do like if you want to give me the first, is that what you're giving me?
Yeah, I'll start. Chargers 2.5.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It to your point, it very well could be a Texans coming out game, but
I think
I could also see CJ Stroud being like, "Oh, dude, I'm feeling good.
yeah,
Who the fuck do I throw to? Like, is it
right.
just
That
me?"
is true.
So that's my thing. I think Chargers will make it ugly. I think they can win by 3. Uh,
Oh
if
yeah, the 2.5 is money, 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 money team.
I don't have that over under in front of me, but it is
I
10.
got it here. Don't even worry about it because I'm going under 42 and a half.
Nice. Okay, good. All right, good. I was gonna say, yeah, because
It's gonna be Chargers. We've talked about it. Chargers started off the year like 8-0 for
yep.
others. They probably still finished like I guess would be like 12-5 or some shit for unders. They've had some games where, but I think this is a game where they're just like, you know what? Let's just manhandle Texans and Herbert. You don't need to do anything crazy. We'll just fucking keep it rolling. Their defense looks good. Texans offense looks pretty fucking bad. They're hurt. I get it, but yeah, under feels really nicey.
Yep. I like that a lot. And I'll add, I know we talked about some props in this, so we'll throw these out here too. I'm right on the juice line. It's one we both like a lot. I
Yeah.
just I just happened to say it before you did and claim dibs, but I know you have a nice prop as well for this game, so I will let you lead into that in a second. But Justin Herbert, dude's been chucking fucking balls. Dobbins has been solid. They will run the run game. I mean, Quentin Johnston had 10 receptions, 186 yards last week. Didn't even count Lad McConkey with 90. So just between those two players, he already beat his 250. Got his 275, if not more than that. Houston does have a very good secondary with Derek Stingley and company. No disrespect there. Just think Herbert's been on one. I think the Chargers have been on one. I think Houston, this is one of those like not that Houston rolls over, but like one of those like Houston's like, all right, this just isn't our year, like where we just kind of like slowly
Yeah, recoup.
quietly get our way out. Maybe we lose by like 10, maybe not 2 touchdowns, because then that's where you start getting talked about on morning.
Get up with
Yep.
Mike.
Yep, get up, first take, the whole spiel. Shannon Sharp, Fox Sports One, who knows what Amanda.
Oh, don't bring it up. Oh, too
Whoa,
soon.
who
Too
knows
soon.
what Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho are saying these days?
I think
They're not saying a lot these
I
days.
digress. I digress. There's
Uh, we love
we want it. We
we don't
want
like
it. We want
we
it.
are not a one we are not a sports network. We are just a podcast.
Yeah, don't come for us.
Yes, please don't.
Like,
So yeah,
ooh,
225 passing minus 140. Max, where are you going with your prop in the AFC?
my AFC prop is gonna be the same game. It is going to be the same team, and that's Lad McConkey. You foreshadowed it right up for me, and he's sitting at 70 plus receiving yards for minus 130. Not the easiest straight up, but I'm pretty fucking confident where I would put probably 2, 3 units on it if I'm going to be real. I don't have crazy units just off the bat. So if you're like, well, my unit is high, maybe just do 1 unit. But minus 130, I think it's a good one that we could do. And he's been rolling. He's been rolling. Herbert's been rolling. I mean, you gave the stats for me. You lined it up perfectly. So Lad McConkey, and I've seen it. I'm sure people have seen the fucking memes
Hella
and like
catches.
videos of Lad, dude. They're just like, "Oh, you got Lad McConkey." He's like, "All right, whatever, fucking white boy." Runs up and he's like, he just like disappears, and he's like downfield. That's just funny. Um,
He's
but yeah, give me that all day. I think the to my under as well. I think it's just kind of like a 24-10. I think they kind of set them straight.
Yep, I totally agree there. Let's see, game number two. So that's at 4:30 on Saturday. The night game on Saturday night. Because we'll have three games on Sunday, one on Monday. The game on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Ravens hosting the Steelers. Unfortunately, we don't have Sean here to give his piece. He might have just casually ducked out at the perfect time, that motherfucker.
You
Uh,
can't.
yeah, so we'll
I
text.
know he listens to, so he'll hear it. I
Yeah,
love you.
yeah, not fucking bitch. Couldn't come on and talk his Steelers. Couldn't have done it for one more week. But that's okay. He's at the Wizards.
One more, you're saying they're not going to win?
Yeah, exactly. He's at the. I can say whatever I want. He can't. He can't argue me. He's at the Wizards and the Houston Rockets game right now. So,
Oh, what a great game to go to.
yeah. Anyways, Ravens hosting the Steelers. Ravens minus 9.5 is a little too much, if I'll be honest with you. However, it was a favorite that I did like. I did already take the Chargers, so I'm not tripping, but um, the over under 43.5. Anything you like on that
Yeah.
game?
We didn't specify if you can only take one over under. We just said one of the spread or over under per game. So you could take two favorites and stuff.
I see. Okay. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I do kind of like the Ravens money like 9.5, but I'm not gonna take it. There's a couple other things I like more, but anything else you like in this game?
Oh, you know what I like? Pittsburgh Steelers plus 9.5, baby. Sean, you're not here and you might not listen. This one's for you. Um, I do like it. I don't think that they win or anything, but I still think I mean, dude, it's Mike Tomlin. It's their defense. It's I think the Ravens still can make a good push. I'm not like yeah, I just think it I mean it's divisional matchup in the playoffs. Like it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be fun. Saturday, I mean, Richmond's calling for 3 inches on Saturday, so I bet Baltimore's probably calling for like fucking 6 or 7. I think,
That's huge.
yeah, I think this game
Three
just,
is huge.
yeah, 3 inches. I'll show you what. I'll show you.
Whoop, boom. This is you. I don't know, dude. I don't hate it. It's gonna be an ugly ass game. Purple
That's
patio.
what 3 inches looks like.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Uh, but no, dude, if we're calling for 3 inches Saturday, that means they're Baltimore, DC, all that area is bound to get like 6. So it's gonna be a snowy game. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be fucking cold. It just give me Steelers. That's Steelers weather. I know Baltimore likes it cold too, so it's just it's gonna be a fucking fun game, dude. It's gonna be not fun but ugly but fun. Fun but not ugly but not fun but fun.
Fun if you're actually a fucking football fan, Max,
Yeah.
is what you meant. Like
Yeah,
if you
that is.
actually fucking like football,
I
you
didn't. I didn't want to. I didn't want to offend any listeners where they're like, "Well, if it's just going to be a 7-3 snowy game, that sounds really shitty." And be like, "No,
then
that actually sounds
inside
fucking
with your
amazing."
boiled fucking
Is this
water.
a? Is this a?
Get
Is this a?
inside with your boiled
Is this
water.
a Shady McCoy
Yeah.
fucking new or fucking Buffalo game where he's running through a foot of snow? You can
I
always see
can't
like
drink
he's
any
running.
national bohemians today.
Fucking suck me.
I only have hams. It's like, dude, just figure it the fuck out. Figure it the fuck out. The battle of the shitty beers. Natty Boh or hams. Who's gonna win? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think it's gonna be fun. As someone who has a Lamar Jackson jersey in his closet because his wife's from Baltimore, I'm a little torn. However, Sean and his plus 9.5 will probably be tempting. And Taylor doesn't know what's going on half the game. So
You'll parlay at 10.5 or
yeah,
alted.
I will parlay 10.5 with something that will lose, and 10.5 will cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like Boswell over 1.5 field goals and Steelers plus 10.5. And that won't hit somehow because Boswell will hit the
He'll
pick.
miss one.
He'll go 1 for
It's
4.
snowy. It's snowy. Don't do the fucking. What did I just say? Sam, I said it's snowy. Don't listen.
I mean, dude, I don't hate the idea of Boswell. Dude, you know how Tomlin is with the Boswell kick. He loves it, dude. There's no way that Boswell doesn't do that.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be snowy, dude. Like,
Boswell is minus 120,
actually, it's not supposed to be snowy come game time.
minus 125 over 1.5 field goals max. That might have been the best odds you will ever get from Chris Boswell this season on over 1.5 field goals. Mm,
Yeah.
mm, shoot. All right. Well, I think that's all we need from that game. I think it's going to be a good one. Two things. George Pickens, I know they're in their little diva stage when it comes to the Steelers Ravens stuff, but I mean, and this is more like not really in our juice range, but just something I think is worth looking at, and it's an easy parlay piece. George Pickens 50 plus receiving yards is minus 145 right now. I feel like that's 2 catches. Um, so and Baltimore traditionally, weather excluding this year, has been terrible on pass defense. So just something to keep in mind. Calvin Austin also is like an ugly one where it's like 25 yards is plus 110. And Calvin Austin could literally have a 25-yard reception, and that's all he needs. Um,
Right.
just to keep in mind when it comes to the Steelers wide receivers, Baltimore does tend to give up more receiving yards than rushing. And someone's got to get the yards that isn't George Pickens. So maybe Fryermuth also, Max.
Patty Muth.
Yeah, Patty Muth, 40 yards is minus 155. His receptions is probably 3.5, 4.5. I bet you he gets like
I like
six.
that.
I bet you he gets 6 for like
He
50.
scored last game.
Yeah, he did. He got a bunch of targets too. I think
Yeah.
he'll probably get 8 targets. So I think with whatever receptions that is, I think we can make that work.
Yeah.
And that's the last Steelers Ravens prop I'll give that. But I do like that. Because Russ tends to distribute. He loves his tight ends. Yep. Fryermuth over 4.5 at minus 115.
Damn, W's getting fucking ripped open.
I like that. Okay. Next game. We are going on to Sunday morning. Sunday morning rain is
Rain is falling.
um and we got Bills and Broncos playing in Denver. Next to you have a little
Not
play.
in Denver, but
The Bills
yeah. Where you said in Denver?
in Buffalo.
Sunday morning. I like the Bills minus 8.5. I don't give a shit.
Is that pick number 2?
Yeah. I mean, dude, Broncos, I like Bo Nix. I think he's done very well. Their defense has done solid enough to also help him out. But this this Bills team just seems like this is like a vengeance, like revenge. They're just like literally, I don't care who the fuck is in my way. I'm just gonna butt fuck you and then throw you into a ditch. I feel like I don't know, dude. There's something about this team. They they just have it about them. They have it about them where nothing's gonna stop them. I don't care, and I can't wait till they meet the Chiefs. And I pray, 'cause I swear to fuck, if the Chiefs get a three-peat, I'm gonna break all the windows in my house and then run through them and keep jumping and running through. I'm on the second floor, so I'm running through them, landing on the ground, getting back up, running through the next one, getting up, running through the next one. I hate the Chiefs. I don't want them to win again. They have gotten so fucking lucky all year. Give me the Bills. I know they're not playing the Bills this week, but I'm just foreshadowing. I want the Bills to just dick down the Chiefs and just keep going, dude. I love the Bills. I love Sean McDermott. I love Josh Allen. Fucking Coleman is that man. I watched this man 2 weeks ago literally jump a foot higher than everyone else and just be like, that touchdown's mine, and then just get down. Like, and I've seen it happen probably 7 times this year. Well, maybe six. Every touchdown he has in like a red zone situation, this man's just like, yeah, let me just jump a foot higher than you and it's mine.
Yep.
I sure, yeah, I'm drunk. It's hitting me. I don't have
Well,
any water to drink. I'm in Richmond right now. I don't have any water to drink, so yeah, all I have is
we're
alcohol.
literally we are drinking
I
whiskey because we don't have water.
don't
And
have any water to drink, so
we should
it's
have
just
prefaced that
alcohol.
in the beginning. We didn't even we
Shut
didn't
up.
we didn't even tell.
I
I'm
got
that's
water bottles for Hester, and that's all.
yeah. Well, we
Not
got.
enough for me, only for Hester.
I wish I could like Uber water.
I have enough for me too, but
I know, but I wish I could literally like pay an Uber and be like, "Hey, can you just like give him all these waters because I can like."
yeah.
But yeah, we'll get shit sorted. I agree with you on the Bills. I won't say that's. I don't think. Let me. Okay, I was like making sure I didn't give out my second, not my second official play, but I am all over that. I do like with the dude. It's the Broncos are very similar to the Texans, where it's like, hey, like
Little backdoor could happen, but
little backdoor could happen, but like at the same time, I just Broncos defense has been really good. I mean, dude, they haven't like the Broncos haven't like looked super impressive to me against a team that is of the Bills caliber, I guess. Like they obviously beat the shit out of the Chiefs last week. I don't really count that. But then you look at the Broncos, like they lost to Cincy, they lost to the Chargers, they beat the Colts, which was that weird game where they like didn't have Anthony Richardson for a little bit, then they did. And then they beat the Browns 41-32 in that like late night, like Monday night game. So all that to say, Denver has not they have not beat the caliber of teams of a Buffalo. Yeah, I
right.
mean, they beat Tampa Bay early. good win. They beat New York, Vegas, New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta, Vegas, Cleveland, Indy, and a Wentz KC. So yeah, I'm with you basically because there isn't one team that made the playoffs other than Tampa Bay, and there isn't one team other than the Kansas. I'm just gonna exclude the Kansas City last week of the season. But yeah, other than that, they beat Tampa in week 3, 26-7, and Tampa played terrible that game. It's not even close to the same Tampa team. So yeah, I completely agree there. I don't have a lot on the over. Wait, you know what I do, but I'm not gonna make it an official. You know what? No, I got a different one I'm gonna play instead. But I do like the over on Denver Buffalo 46.5. I don't care about weather. I think Denver fights enough. I could see like, I mean, honestly, I see like a 28-20, maybe 28-17. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I could see it more than I see it more than 46.5. I don't know. I think Buffalo's defense is good, not great. And I think Denver's defense is great, not consistent. And I think at home in the weather, it won't be the same. And dude, you know how it is. When we go play snow football outside, you're less you want to hit. It feels better to get hit, but it doesn't when you're hitting someone in the cold ass weather, it does not feel good. Like,
No, it fucking hurts.
yeah. And so I think the
That's when
tactic,
you get a face mask down the fucking forearm.
yeah, that would hurt too. Speaking from experience, it sounds like.
Yeah, I just not feel good.
So, all right, moving on to 4:30 Packers Eagles Sunday. We already talked about the preview, so I'm not going to do too much. Don't like 4.5 for Green Bay. I will probably end up playing it. Can you give me anything other than that on that? I like the over.
Over
Yeah.
45 and a half. I like it a lot. It
Yeah.
could go, there's so many ways it could go. It could just be y'all bum rush them, they bum rush y'all, or it's just a shootout. It's just an equal shootout. So I think a 45 and a half over is very nice.
Yep. I would agree.
And I think even so, say it's a very close game, y'all just battle into balls, whatever. Um, I'm thinking like a 24-28 or something. I mean,
Yep.
I think even if it doesn't get crazy, but I think, dude, it could. I think there's a good chance where it's just like, y'all are just like, fuck this. Everyone's just not like air raiding it out, but just like, oh,
Easy.
Saquon got a fucking 60-yard touchdown. Oh, and then I just smacked my lamp. Oh, and then Josh Jacobs gets a 60-yard touchdown. Oh, here's a Jaden Reed screen for 30 yards. And then Devontae Smith gets a 50. Like it just feels like it's gonna be a lot of tutties. And it kind of hope so too. Like the Brazil game is bullshit. Swipe that away. They are used to soccer, and I've said this probably fucking 100 times this year. It's just the Brazil, like they wet the fuck out of that field. So everyone was slipping, everyone was getting just they're used to soccer games, which
Yep.
football doesn't wet their field like soccer does. And I think I think this game on a different turf, different ground, I fucking love that over.
Yeah. No, I do. I totally do. It's 34-29 last game. Um, and also, dude, I was looking. So we were talking about Christian Watson recently. One,
Right?
two, three, four. He's led the team in receiving 5 games this year.
No, he hasn't.
Yep, but listen to this. It was 67 yards, 68 yards, 150 against the Bears first game, 114 against Detroit, which was like 3 catches, and then 56 against Seattle. And Reed has led 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Dobbs has led 4. Yeah, it's been pretty balanced. So we'll see. I mean, Jacobs has obviously led every single game except for one. Um, and that was the Tennessee game where Malik Willis had 73 rushing yards.
Right.
But overall, yeah, I mean, dude, I'm biased. I feel good, but not as good as I feel better. I felt better about the Cowboys last year than I did this game. And it's the same matchup. It's a 2 versus 7 at the NFC East champion. So, I mean, how you want to spin that, sure, but I don't know, man. I feel good, but I'm not ultra confident. And it's gone from 3.5 to 4.5, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till game time. Hopefully it goes further up, but I think it'll sit at 4.5. I think it's a good spot for it. I think 5.5, 6.5, you're like, well, yeah, I'll take Green Bay. But you know. So that's all I have there. Let's see, we got
Yeah,
two,
fuck the fucking Bears.
yeah, and we got 2 games left. So let's go Bucks Commanders. I think you've already got your 2 picks, right?
What?
You've got your favorite and your under.
Okay.
And then
I thought never mind. It doesn't even matter.
oh, you're saying the 4 and then the 2?
No, I was just saying one of your favorite picks from each game, and then now it's all good. We don't need to make it complicated.
Okay. Um, I'm going commies +3. That's like pick number 2. Chargers -2.5 and commies +3. Those are like my 2 best picks this weekend. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. I mean, yeah, they didn't look. I mean, they didn't look fantastic against the Cowboys, but I don't think they really were trying as much. I think if they come out,
I just don't
but
think
I do. I love Baker and all that, but they're just missing something. I think it's
uh,
mostly on the defense because their O line's good. They got some Godwin's still out, right?
yep, Godwin's out. Evans.
But so they have Evans and I think Cameron Brates. So, but like, yeah. So their offense is a little slacky. Bucky Irving's fucking nasty, but still, yeah, it's a tough one. I hope. I mean, I know so many commies fans that I despise, but I also love. So I'm rooting for them, and I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No. You playing any over under on that?
Yeah, I like over 50 and a half.
Yep, I do too. I mean, dude, 27-24.
Yeah,
Right there. It's right there. It's probably 28-24. One of the 2 teams.
right.
Because if it's -3, it's not going to hit it right on the head. It's got to be 1 point the other way or the other. 28-24 sounds more reasonable.
I kind of like McLaurin Tutty too, but we'll get to that.
Yep. Yeah. No, I do like that. And then last game, Rams hosting the Vikings at the 4-5. Vikings best 5 seed, 14-3, 5 seed of all time. Rams are +1.5, even at home. Anything you like there?
Vikings minus 1.5.
Yeah. I love Sean McVay. They beat the Vikings earlier in the year on a Thursday night game on a short rest. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
Kids with guns on Idlewood. That's good. All right.
Idlewood, Inglewood, or Idlewood?
Idlewood. It's over in Randolph, a little south of you, which is good. That's good. Just kids playing with guns. Um,
Hey, we all play with guns.
yeah, I do have a prop on this one. Puka Nakua over 7.5 receptions, -115. Uh, he's gonna get like 4 screen passes and 3 meaningful passes, and then 1 late dump off drag route, and that's 8. So simple math. Pew. Anything else you like on Rams Vikings?
Um, did I give my other? Sorry, I'll do. Yeah,
You
I'm gonna go Vikings -1.5 probably.
okay? Fair, fair.
Did I
Any
give my NFC
prop?
prop?
Remind me who that was.
So I had um I don't think I did. So Lad McConkey was my prop at
Yep.
70 plus 130. And then Josh Jacobs
Oh yeah, you did.
at 70. I did?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, you did. Because we didn't talk much about the pack, but yeah, you did.
cool. Just making sure.
Yep. No, good call. And then last but not least, we have our touchdowns. So we got AFC and NFC left to do, and then I guess any other picks we missed. So let's start with AFC. Who's your Tud?
My AFC Tud. Go chalky, but not like super chalky. I thought it would be a little more. Derrick Henry -190.
Well, -190 is solid though for him.
Yeah, I was thinking like 230 type shit, but I'll take that -190 all day, every day.
Yes. I love that. And for AFC, I'm also gonna go somewhat chalky, but dude gets a touchdown every fucking game. And that, of course, is Mr. James Cook. So we got Derrick
Ooh,
Henry James
okay.
for 170. If you just wanted to do the two together by themselves, plus 170, which honestly, those are really fucking good odds for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then
You
give me
go you go NFC. We'll just name
NFC. Okay, NFC. I want to go Green Bay
it.
but I won't. And I'm gonna go with a dude who is going to dog some corners on Monday night, and that's Justin Jefferson at -110.
Okay.
Yep, I think he's
Hey,
gonna be a
that
good
changed because I had him 115 probably 2 hours ago.
shit. We'll take that. We're
I'm
good.
assuming you have it already up, like live. So it's already changed.
Yep, -110.
Fuck. I had so much more NFC than I did AFC.
There's one NFC that I really like, but it's just
I know it breaks your heart.
well, I mean, yeah, the obvious
Does
one.
it? No, so that's not the one you were talking about.
Now, there's just one that's just like it's probably a little higher than it should be, but it's still plus money. Mike Evans, plus
Oh,
105.
that's not. Oh, I thought you were talking about Saquon.
No, that was who that was that was the Eagles one. But yeah, I can't do that. But -170 is pretty good odds.
With really good odds.
If you do it, I'm not gonna be mad.
I'll say it out loud just because I'm debating really hard. I don't know if do I do Kieran or do I do Saquon?
I would think Saquon because I don't know, dude.
Right?
Rams might
Mine
just
is 140 Kieran versus 170 Saquon.
I'm wondering how many touchdowns the Rams are gonna score.
Bucky Irving is also -170, which is
That's the one I was thinking about.
I know, but I have him. He's on there. I just like I said, and then Brian Robinson at plus 155.
Oh yeah, that's a
Brian, hell yeah, that's a what?
No, I'm saying I like B-Rob. Is that who you're going with?
I know. Wait, dude, like B-Rob. That I feel like that's like a sneaky plus money one. We're going all chalk. We can't go all chalk. You know what? I don't care if I root it. You're right. Give me B-Rob at plus 155.
I
I think that's one where it's yeah,
don't even think
it's
that's like ruining it. That would give us Derrick Henry, James Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Brian Robinson would be plus 12, 14.
yeah.
50 to
I'm
1.
throwing it on that. I'm definitely
I like that.
getting that money.
The corners for LA Rams haven't been super great either, so I think that's key.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So to recap, I have Chargers 2.5, Commies plus 3, Puka Nakua over 7.5 receptions, and Herbert 225 passing with Jay Jetta and James Cook as touchdown parlays or prop parlays. And then what do you got?
What do I have?
I've got Bills minus 8.5, under 42.5, Houston Chargers. B Rob for touchdown. Lad for 70 plus reception yards minus 130. And then I have Derrick Henry for the AFC touchdown. I am missing the NFC prop, which is Josh Jacobs 70 plus rushing yards at minus 120. Right?
Yes.
Cool. Anything else I'm missing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that
that-
one.
no, but the way I phrased it, I was like, yeah, we're good.
Well, I
That'll
got overs and unders. I got it over and an under too, if you want.
we're good. Well, if you got anything else, yeah.
I mean, I think I mentioned the Denver Buffalo over 46.5, and then Minnesota Rams. I like the under 47.5. I don't know. After watching the Vikings Lions 31-9 game, I was like, I don't see this Rams Vikings game going over. Those were the only other two I had.
Yeah. No, only others. I mean, touchdown wise, that's not really gonna do anything. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Cool. Cool. Well, we will post these either tomorrow or the day after. Is there any other sports max we want to hit on before we go for the week and the weekend?
No. We got
We got enough. We got more than enough.
yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Fuck the Blackhawks, fuck the Bulls.
Yeah. I was gonna say we'll talk hoops and all that shit later. For now, it's just football, and then we'll get into some golf here in a couple weeks, and then March Madness will start to actually matter, and then we'll go from there. So, Max, go Irish, go Pack. Let's have ourselves a good weekend. Thursday night, 7:30. You guys better be watching.
Boom, boom, boom,
Boom, boom,
boom, boom.
boom. 5 booms for the Irish, baby. 5 booms for the Irish because we're going to be in Florida. We're going to be in Big Justice, Little Justice, all the Rizzler gang, Costco gang, motherfuckers. Irish are coming, beating down that Penn State Nittany Lion ass. Let's go, Irish. Let's have a great week, Max. I love you, and we'll talk soon, everyone. Thank you.
Love you. Salute.
Salute.